Do you want to know the difference between Krill Pro and Krill Gold from Northfin? Well, stay tuned!
Rule, never let them change you. Rule 2, do you to the fullest. And never be ashamed to. You just good at what they can't do. And they hate that. They wanna paint you and they color, put you in another. But what they don't accept and what they don't see, the best thing is what you already be.
What's going on YouTube? It's Jay Wilson, JWill07, Instagram, Twitter, Jay Wilson on Facebook, Northfinusa.com, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So today we're going to talk about Krill Pro, or Krill Gold. You'll follow me here in a second. But I wanted to clear the air. Northfin USA in no way, shape, or forms produces, manufactures, packages Northfin fish food in any way, shape, or form. I thought you made it. No. We're just that passionate about it. Maybe even obsessed. Northfin Canada is located in Toronto. It is completely widespread anywhere in the great country of Canada. About 2 years ago, roughly, we were the first ones to bring in Northfin to the United States because we felt if we can get this food in as many hands as possible, whether through other retailers or through fish keepers like yourself, that this food would become the #1 food in the world and then in turn keeping healthier, more stable tanks. And it's working. But today we want to specifically talk about Krill Pro and its incarnation. So when we first started, we were selling Krill Gold. Northfin Canada found that it would be better to market the product as Krill Pro. There is absolutely no change in the ingredients. It is still filler free, it is still byproduct free, and is still artificial pigment free. There is still 85% whole Antarctic krill meal as the #1 ingredient. It is still 42% of protein. It is still not designed for Tropheus or Mbuna. Still not designed for those fish. But I want to take you kind of on a little trip of what to feed, when to feed, and how to feed. Krill Pro is an amazing food for color enhancement. Not artificially, but naturally. But Jay, I read the back of the ingredients and there's flour in there. You told me it's filler free. Yeah, that's true. It is filler free. The flour is not a filler, it's a binding agent. Something has to keep this pellet together. So Northfin thought that the flour that they're getting is the best possible product for them to use to bind the pellet. It is the minimal amount required to keep the pellet together. And if you don't know, the person who's founded Northfin, manufactures, creates the stuff, is a food processing engineer. Who would have thought? The guy is a genius. But I want to talk to you more about Krill Pro and how to feed your fish. You'll notice on the cover that there's a beautiful ruby resin, clownfish, and discus fish. It can be fed to any of those 3 fish, but not just those fish. On the back, it'll state, recommended for all types of carnivore and omnivore fish. Carnivore and omnivore fish. So if you've got peacocks and haps, by all means feed this food. What I don't recommend is you feeding it as a staple food every day. Because of the high protein content, it could possibly cause some issues for certain fish in your tank. But that doesn't mean you cannot feed it every day. Because I know people, I know breeders, I know hobbyists, I know fish keepers that are using Krill Pro daily for their fish with 0 issues. Now that's not to say that you won't have an issue. There always has to be a disclaimer because nothing in this hobby is 100% nothing. Not a dead on arrival guarantee, not we will ship your fish 100% death free. Nothing is 100% in the fish hobby. And most of you folks will know that. So Krill Pro, what we do is we feed our fish 3 to 4 times a week Krill Pro as almost a supplement, not a snack. Fish don't require snacks. That's a human trait. Same thing with other animals. They don't need snacks. We created that for them. It makes us feel good. But while you're feeding your fish, we feed our fish 1 to 2 times a day, depending on the day, depending on what's going on, and depending on how many fish you have. Then we will feed every other day. There's a reason we do this. And we will switch it up every once in a while to not create the dependency of the fish wanting food at that exact moment. Because then when they don't get food, they know exactly when to be super aggressive. Now this isn't scientific fact, This is just something we found and kind of studied ourselves based upon the tanks that we have inside our house. So folks, if you're looking for an amazing, artificial-free, pigment-enhancing food, Krill Pro, or Krill Gold, is exactly what you're looking for. Now, this is a 1 mil pack in 80 grams. I need more than that. Well, you're in luck. Krill Pro comes in a variety of sizes and bag weights. So you've got 1 mil, 2 mil, and 6 mil. Yeah, we're working on a 3 mil to these guys. But here's the deal. The 1 mil is actually 1 millimeter. So it will be smaller than the other 1 mils that are on the market, because they're marketed as something a little bit bigger than 1 mil. So it also offers a 2 mil. The 2 mil is a perfect size for most fish. When you start getting into the larger haps and peacocks, you may have to bump yourself up to a 6 millimeter pellet. So you can get it in an 80 gram bag in the 1 and 2 mil. You can get it in a 250 gram bag in the 1, 2, and 6 mil. You can get it in a 500 gram bag, which is about a pound, a little bit over, in 1, 2, and 6 millimeters. And you can get it in a 1 kilogram bag, which is roughly 2.2 pounds, in a 1, 2, and 6 millimeter size pellet. Folks, if you have haps, peacocks, you have some saltwater fish, or you have discus and you're trying to get them to a pellet, this is the stuff. This is where it's at. This is what gives you the edge, and this is what helps your fish reach their fullest potential. Doesn't mean it'll take a fish that never had the intention of ever being amazing and turn it into amazing, or turning a brown trout into an amazing looking blue and gold hap. That's not the science behind it. It's to help the fish achieve its fullest potential, longer fins, fuller body, better colors. I hope this was informative. I hope you have a better understanding of Krill Pro, Krill Gold, Northfin, and Northfin USA. I thank you so much for tuning in, watching, liking, subscribing, unsubscribing, tweeting, retweeting, quoting, double tapping, hearting us, liking, sharing a ton on Facebook, which means you should like Northfin USA on Facebook, because we're going to be doing some amazing giveaways with some awesome prizes, and it's going to be random, and you'll never know if you don't like it. So you know what's next. Holla!